Hello everyone, this is Nagendra Bisabhatni. Now I'm going to give my ADTA 5240 final project presentation. So let's start off from part 1, a strategy to deploy big data technology in a firm. So for this task, it is assumed that the student is a chief data officer of a publicly listed company. To gain competitive advantage and achieve business goals, the board of the firm has decided to deploy big data technology company-wide so that all the departments can take advantage of it and improve their business. The CEO has called a meeting in which he asked me to implement the board's decision by designing a strategy to deploy the technology and present the strategy to the executive board within 3 weeks. So, based on the knowledge and skills that I have learned during this course, it's my job to design a strategy to deploy big data technology, and it is given that the company has enough financial resources to implement big data technology. So for this task, the critical aspects that I have taken into account are the properly trained resources in the company, delegation of tasks within the project, capturing the raw data from different types of sources with lowest latency, transformation and processing of the collected data, storing of the transformed data into a NoSQL database so that the downstream applications can use it for analytics and data visualization purposes. So, as a chief data officer, considering the aspects like the firm size, sector, and competitors, I would strongly recommend the deployment of big data technology in the company. Most of the companies have switched to big data as the data that is being generated every day has been increasing exponentially. So to capture all of such data and to analyze it is indeed a challenging task. So when we consider the traditional computers, they have limited RAM capacity and storage. So as the data that is being generated is in like terabytes of data, it is not possible for everyday computers to store and analyze the data. So that's why Hadoop came into existence. Hadoop is a framework that um, helps to cluster a group of computers which share the memory and processing. Um, when Hadoop 1 was introduced, there was MapReduce, which did the batch processing. It took it took some time to execute the queries, but the results were definitely worth. So then Hadoop 2 came into existence with Yarn, which is yet another resource negotiator which helps to run batch processing, stream processing, and other tasks parallelly by sharing the resources. So, yeah, firstly, for this task, proper resources need to be employed in the company. If the existing resources are already trained in Hadoop and big data, then it is well and good. Else, proper training programs need to be conducted to educate them about the need of big data technology in today's world. There's always new tools that are rolling out that go hand in hand with Hadoop. So I would always be aware of such updates and shall delegate all the information to the employees of this company. And the jobs need to be isolated. For example, instead of allocating all the tasks to data scientists like data cleaning, data wrangling, analysis, analytics, etc., I would just simply isolate the teams such that data engineers, data engineering team can do the data cleaning and data wrangling, so that data scientists can focus more on the analytics part, which saves a lot of time and gives better results. Yeah, so this is the architecture that I'll be implementing for the firm. So as you can see from the picture, there are a lot of disparate data sources that always generate the data. So I would use Kafka to you know capture all such data. Um Kafka helps us to gather streaming data from all kinds of sources and makes it available for transformation purposes. Uh, Now that the data has been captured, it needs to be transformed into a meaningful format so that the other applications can take advantage of it. So yeah, Hadoop and Spark go hand in hand with each other. Um, Spark and MapReduce can be used to transform the data that has been generated from Kafka. Spark can work on the data gathered by Kafka, that is the streaming data. We need to use Spark streaming for that. And MapReduce can simply work on the data that has been stored in HDFS. So in short, Spark is used for doing operations on streaming data, and Hadoop will be doing the batch processing stuff. And once the data has been transformed into a meaningful format, then comes the storage devices. The storage applications like HBase and Solar. So HBase is simply a NoSQL database which is used to store the data in columnar format. The downstream applications which mainly focus on analytics can use the data stored in HBase to perform their analytics and gain insights and for generation of reports, etc. And Apache Solar is another application which stores data in the form of indexing. Solar is also definitely used by downstream applications for generation of reports, visualization, etc. So this data can be pushed to HPACE or Solar, which have a great influence when it comes to doing analytics. So basically what I'm trying to implement here is that I'm trying to build data pipelines using Apache Kafka, Apache Spark and HBase, which perform the basic ETL operations. So I'm using Spark for extraction of raw data from disparate sources. I'm using Spark for transformation of the data that has been obtained from Kafka. And finally, I'm pushing the transform data obtained from Spark and MapReduce to HBase and Solar, and this data is being used by the downstream applications for gathering insights and data visualization stuff, etc.